Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching an early access look at Thornton 22 Revamp by Steve's Mods. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Many years ago, there was a time when man pondered the world, pondered everything that went around, decided that it was time to look up into the skies and pay respects to those that came before us, those who knew the celestial gods, those of who knew the stars and how to read the stars. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into Stonehenge. Well, not really. This is actually a map tour of Thornton 22 revamped by Steve's Mods, and it has Stonehenge in here. Pretty darn cool. Not necessarily to scale, but you know what? You don't always have that type of room. It is pretty darn neat here to actually see this on here. There's a nice little parking area where I have everything parked down there. Now, like I said, this is an early access look. We're taking a peek at this map before everyone else gets to really jump in and enjoy this thing. Currently, it is being, or it has been submitted to Giants to go through like the normal process. The goal by Steve's is to go ahead and have this be available for absolutely everyone. Cross-platform friendly is the goal. That's what he's going for. This is 288.47 megabytes to download. And like I said, it is going to be tried, or I should say, the thought process is to try and get it approved for absolutely everyone. Now, I've had an opportunity to kind of run around and take a peek at things, and that's just cool. It's a neat little thing that's in here. From what I remember, now, I'm not super familiar with this map from all the previous generations, but I do know a little bit from asking questions and doing a little bit of research. See, look at that. That's just neat. I love it. Pretty cool. Oh man, that'd be cool if you go ahead and you buy some land around here, planting crops all around Stonehenge. You can't, I mean, what's more majestical than going ahead and tilling up the land, planting corn? Oh, super cool. Oh yeah, you betcha. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a tour around on this map just to kind of show you guys what's going on, and while I go ahead and do just a little bit of driving, you know what we should probably do? Instead of getting crazy, let's pull off to the side of the road, because that's a little bit safer. Turn on the GPS and let's take a look at the map to see what this thing looks like. All right, everybody, so as you can kind of see right here, up by field 6, this is where Stonehenge is. Even in the aerial view, you can kind of see a little bit of Stonehenge. That's pretty darn cool. Now, this map right here has nice shaped fields. Got all sorts of stuff in here that you can go ahead and take a look at. There's a BGA down here, a couple production facilities. It just kind of sprinkled in all throughout this place. Now, this map right here, I don't know what the other versions look like. I haven't dug in and really looked at the other versions of the map, other than I know it is pretty darn close to what it was. This map originally came out from Oxygen David back in FS15, I want to say it was. And it's been gone on and gone through some revisions and made some tweaks here and there. So what you guys see right now is the process of years and years of evolution of this particular map. With that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the field prices really quick. Now, if you guys end up getting this and starting a new farmer mode, you end up starting off with these 2 chunks of land. This one here is probably the most expensive plot on the field or on the map. The actual cheapest one is field 15, if I can find it right there, coming in at $80,000. And the most expensive one, other than this one, is field 17, coming at $332,000. So pretty darn good right there. You can go ahead and buy all the extracurricular stuff for $0, so that's pretty darn slick. There's also a nice little area right here for placeables, which we'll definitely go ahead and take a look at, so keep our minds open when it comes to that. But other than that, guys, the field prices really aren't all that bad. You got another little farm area where you can kind of set yourself up. You have this little area right here for grass fields. It really isn't all that bad. And like I said, if you get this section here, you can pretty much make any place your home. It really is kind of a neat setup on how you got going on here. Multiplayer, we'll have to take a look at how you'd want to go about doing it. Having a lot of multiple farms in here may not be the best option. Maybe having a couple smaller farms, or I should say a couple farms, but having more people on those farms. That'll probably work out a little bit nicer. But with that being said, guys, this map does look pretty darn neat. I don't think we're going to really dive into the starting equipment too much. We'll just kind of take a look at it as we go on our little bit of tour and get ourselves back to the main farm. So let's get right back in the truck and get ourselves rocking and rolling some more. All right, well, it looks like I'm in the way, so let's kind of get ourselves out and about. One thing I'm going to do here really quick, guys, I'm going to turn the map on in the corner so that we can kind of pay attention to where it is that we're going and just kind of follow around as we go about on this tour. Now, as you can see, we do have a nice little storage, or not storage, but a selling point. From what I remember, from what I've been told, I think that's kind of a common theme way back when the game first, or the map first came out. Back on FS15, like I said, I'm going off of that as I think is where it came off of. So this is kind of classic throwback to that nice simplicity of having everything in one location. If I'm wrong about that, guys, comment down below. Tell me I'm full of baloney. FS19 was my first rendition of this game, so again, I do apologize. I really do apologize. And as we kind of continue on here, one of the things I want to bring up is that, like I said in the past, this map was done by Oxygen David. This was Oxygen David's baby at one point. What ended up happening is that over time, Steve's became friends with Oxygen David, and Oxygen and them kind of got together, gave Steve's a go at the map. Here you go. Go ahead, take this. With a couple other ones, which we probably will see in the future. But for starters, this is one that he decided he wanted to jump on. Back in FS19 was his first go around on this one. It didn't sit very well with him. So he decided, you know what, now that FS22 has come out, I want to come back, I want to do things a little bit different. Let's try this out again. And that's where we're at right here. That's why this map is called Thornton 22 Revamp, because he really wanted to go ahead and give it another shot, another swing at the ball, and just really make a go at it, to make it more of what he feels comfortable with giving to everyone else. So let's come on over here, take a look at the main farm. It's kind of neat because this is a nice little construction yard right here, building a house. I'm trying to remember from some of the pictures. I think this may have been a location of like a grass-covered house. I could be wrong. And now, you know, as time has gone on, they had to tear the house down, probably fell in disrepair. I mean, you can't have a house covered with grass your entire life. You got to have a real house at some point. So that's what they're doing, ripped it down, deciding to go ahead and build something. Meanwhile, you have an opportunity to stay in this classy little wagon right there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Oh man, you can look at the nice buildings here that you have. Lots of storage, as you can tell by your Kloss equipment that's hanging around out here. Nice little mowing deck that you got. Nice little yard to go ahead and throw your stuff. I really am kind of a fan of these type of yards where they're kind of a little bit more cramped. You kind of got to maneuver yourself around and get yourself going. Now, one of the things that you kind of have to keep your mind open with this is that this map is going to require a couple mods that you have to download. One of them is the English Shed Pack by Lancy Boy. That's 14.05 megabytes to download. And the Big Barn Pack by Steve's Mods, and that's 5.93 megabytes to download. So you do have a couple things that you'll end up having to get, but with the combination of everything, it really does seem to make everything gel together and just have it all fall into place. So if you decide to go ahead and jump on this, take the main farm up, you'll have all this stuff here. It's like, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of space. It really is kind of cool to see, especially when you have like these multi-leveled locations here. That's awfully neat. And then as you go back out here, you got your little grass field you start off with, and then all the way back there, that's all you own all of that. You got your nice little drainage ditch. It's pretty darn cool over here. I can't see the back of the barn right there, but that's okay. And then as you go across over here to the other side, you get to see more stuff. So that's pretty darn cool. Now, Steve's has been going ahead and working on this map for about 6 months now, trying to get everything retooled around, redone from 19 to now, formatted, I think is what it's called. I'm not a very linguistic guy when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I just know it makes it look prettier, and that's about it. So let's come on over here, take a little look-see, and see what we got going on the other side of the road. There were a couple spots, though, he was saying that ran into a couple issues. That Witten redid, revamped, whatever you want to call it, and it just didn't sit right. So took the time, tore it down, started over again, and kind of went through this process of trial and error of, all right, this looks good, this doesn't look good, this looks good, this doesn't look good. But obviously one thing that did stick was that he thought that this was really going to be a class act farm. You betcha. You betcha. I'm sorry. I'll try and keep the tractor humor to a minimum. I can't make any guarantees, though. But if you take a look at this here, there's just lots and lots of space to get out here and rock and roll and do your things. I really like how this slurry pit is set up right here. You watch out, toxic gases, don't enter. Enter at your own, don't enter. You don't want to do that at all. Pretty darn cool, Now, as we kind of wander around here, you know, on this side here, you definitely looks like you have a lot more room to get yourself around. A lot of storage spaces in here. Hopefully you don't run into those. Oh, those are immovable. That ain't good. Watch out for that. You do have all these little spaces in here just to tuck bits and pieces of machinery. On top of that, you got the huge barn right there, which that's what I was getting at before when I was saying, when you're in here and you're rocking and rolling, you're really going to want to possibly not have lots and lots of farms. This farm right here, as you can see, has lots of space to kind of get around and do the things that you got to do. You can pack, I was going to say 20 people, but you can't hit 20 people on a server probably. So you get out here, you get yourself rocking and rolling, you do just fine with what you got here. It really is pretty darn cool. Now, I wanted to come back over this way because I did want to point something out. It is kind of a neat little area. You have this nice little shed down here. On this side of the road, you got your stuff, and over here, you have another spot which you can kind of get yourself set up with. You already have yourself set up. I believe this is for sheep, but I'm going to stop and check really quick before I say that for sure. It is sheep. Okay, that is your sheep farm right there. So you do have a nice little spot over here for your sheep and all that jazz. It is pretty darn cool. And if you really want to, you can kind of get yourself set up over here and just kind of take this over, make your own little farm over here if you want. Like I said, there is a placeable area that we're going to go ahead and take a little look at, and it'll work out just fine, but it's just kind of nice to go ahead and hit some of these places that are existing in here and give us an opportunity to really look at some of the stuff that is happening here on the map. Let's get ourselves over here. Now, I'm going to drive on the road for just a little bit because I just want to. I want to soak up some of the stuff that we're working on. Normally when I do map tours, I really like to drive off-road and look at a bunch of stuff. This time right here, I'm not going to go as far off-road because I wanted to showcase some of the roads where you have these really narrow paths with these little ridges like that. I know myself personally, I would have a hard time wandering around on this stuff. But the reason for this here is that I wanted to showcase the fact that you're probably not going to be able to get away with having a lot of really wide implements on here. You might be able to, but you're going to have to be very careful about how you're going about doing it. So let's come over the little bridge right here. And instead of going over that bridge, I think we're going to cut this way. Do a little bit of off-roading. Oh, there's rock right there. Got to get out of the way. Because you have these nice little buildings that are just all out in the middle of nowhere. Hi there, I don't want to go near you. I get scared pretty easy. But these nice little roads that you have to just drive around, going back and through bumpy roads, pretty darn nifty. Alright, let's head this way. Oops, shoot, I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm from America. I drive on the wrong side of the road. I apologize. Let's keep on going down this way, because you have a nice little view of a castle. When we first came in here, that's where you guys seen me. Off to the side here, you have this forestry area. It's not super densely populated with trees, but as you can kind of see up there, you do have a lot of bumps and bruises, nicks and cuts. You could even say You could have a Robin of a good time up here. Sherwood Forest. I don't know. Maybe the Robin Hood is up here. We'll have to take a little peek. So this map, it has all these little cultural spots. You got Sherwood Forest. You got Stonehenge. You got your castles up there. It's just all over the place. It's super cool. Super cool. I don't know. We'll have to look for Little John and Maid Marian at some point here. But I think for the time being, I'm just gonna slowly back on out. Like I don't even know what's going on here. I'm fine. Sorry. Anyways, with that area right there, obviously not a lot of trees in there, but it gives you that wide open space to be able to cut stuff down, do some planting, and really make a go at it if that's the way you want to go about doing things. But you have to remember, back in, I would say, FS15, I don't think forestry was a thing. Comment down below. Am I wrong? I don't remember. I know I've been told several times on when forestry came about. I can't tell you when it is because I just don't remember. I just don't remember when it is. Let's head on over here. You have these nice little markers saying, hey, watch out. Don't come this way. You have your animal selling point over here. It's kind of neat how you got this up over here, just tucked in the middle of nowhere. And we're going to use this actually as a jumping off point. That's why I wanted to come over here to showcase some of the elevation changes on the map. All right, get ourselves right over here. Oh, shoot. There we go. Perfect. Elevation changes are one thing that is full on this map and very, very full display. Some of the areas that we just kind of drove on, it doesn't really showcase that as much, but until you get over here and you really start rocking and rolling, getting yourself off the beaten path, you really start to see a lot of the hills, the elevation changes that really makes this thing pretty darn nifty. And as we shoot through this, I'm crossing my fingers. We're not shooting through that. Okay. We're coming over here to the gate like normal human beings, and we're going to go through the gate and take a little turn around so we can look at that placeable area. And as you can see right over there, you got your main farm right over there. So the placeable area is actually very, very close to the main farm. So if you didn't want to go about having all your stuff set up over there, you could come and have your placeable objects over here, your sell points, anything mythical and magical that you really want. So like I said, there's the back side of that right here, and up over here is your placeable area. And a blank sign. Why do you have a blank sign up here? Because you can make it whatever you want to be. And I think that's the coolest thing about these little placeable areas right here, and even this map. As we kind of look around and see a lot of this stuff, you really have that opportunity to do what you want to do. Leave your own mark on the land. Try out different things. Do different things. That's what this one's about. You can get out here and just be who you want to be. Do what you want to do. Maybe you want to actually go ahead. Maybe you want to play Robin Hood at Sherwood Forest. I don't know. Maybe you want to go ahead and have a bunch of merry men. I don't know. It's up to you. Maybe you want to go back to your pagan roots and hot dog get over at Stonehenge and sacrifice a goat or something. I don't know. Whatever it is that they do, you have that opportunity to go ahead and use your imagination and really just jump into it and tell a story. It's really, really kind of neat how this one is. There's a fence there. I seen the fence. That's the bad part. Oh boy, let's keep on going here. I want to go and kind of take a little drive through the town, because the town was one of the areas that Steve's was saying he just didn't fit right. It just didn't sit well with him. So we had to go back and tear it down, start over. I don't know how much that would have cost. I couldn't tear down a town and rebuild it, so I'm not even going to ask. But we're going to head back on over there and just kind of take a look and see what this ends up looking like as time goes on. And like I said, guys, comment down below. Let me know, how does this vary compared to past versions of the game? Like I said, I don't know. I haven't played this on this map before. My time on 19 was actually pretty limited, so I didn't have a large view of everything. I just can't tell you. We have a nice actual little village right up over here, which let's go ahead and take a quick little look at this little village. It's kind of neat. Again, I think this area here, I'd have to go back and double check, but I believe this area over here does fall underneath that category of stuff that you can buy in bulk. I'll double check that once we kind of get up over here so I can correct myself if I am wrong. There we go. Let's come right up over here at the main villa, if you will, and we'll take a look at the map really quick here, because I don't believe this one is Yeah, that falls underneath the main category of all the extra stuff. So if you come on over here, any of these buildings, if you really want to, you can go ahead and buy them and kind of make this your own little thing. It took a second there to get that stuff in there. All right, let's back this thing up, but keep ourselves going. Got a little scarecrow out in the middle of the field. Got to watch out for that. All right, and then we'll head back on over and take a look at the town, because the town from off in the distance looks pretty darn neat. You can see like a large grain mill, I'm assuming that's what that is, off in the distance. Probably the key defining thing of the town. Just be careful. Traffic doesn't seem to be too bad on the map. There are a couple spots I found where I got kind of trapped up on, but those are the same spots that you guys seen with me right now, so nothing to really overly worry about. And here we go. Take a hard right on the left-hand side of the road. Remembered this time. And we'll take a little drive around the little town area, I guess, along with the BGAs right over here. You got your bioheating plant, things like that. Pretty darn slick. Now, this isn't the town. Town's on the other end of the map. I do apologize. A nice little area to go ahead and sit down in and get the stuff done that you want. Like I said, there is the BGA over here. You can get yourself rocking and rolling. Bunker silos galore. It's perfect for doing all your BGA needs. Oh man, a couple sell points as you get yourself out rocking and rolling. And yes, that is, it's not a grain mill. That is a grain mill. It is a grain mill. A grain mill selling point. All right, let's hop on out here, guys, because I think at this point it's time to go ahead and fly up in the sky and really sink our teeth into what we're looking at on this map. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and fly up in the sky and take a look at this thing from up above. So, like I was saying, you go ahead and you take a look at this map. It's got these nice little bumps, the grooves, the cuts, the nicks all over the place. You got a nice little pasture down here in this abandoned little area. This is one of those spots I wanted to get to so you could really see. This would be a great spot to go ahead and purchase. It's this whole field. You get this whole area right here. Great spot to set up, start your own farm. Knock down the trees, do whatever you got. You have an opportunity to get out there and make the magic happen. Like I was saying before, this is a great map to be able to get out and tell your own story. Do the things that you want to do, say the things that you want to do. Just really have a good time with yourself and some friends. As we kind of continue on over here, I'll get us an opportunity to get a better look at the town. I know I kind of missed it before, but we're going to get it now here. Get on up over here a little bit better. There we go. That's perfect. Now, as we come over onto the town, you can see how this is coming in here. You got the town, you got the houses along the side, nice little gas station or petrol station, however you want to look at it. Nice little selling point area. I love the telephone. I love that red telephone. That's just classic, iconic UK, if you ask me. If I think of UK, I think of those red telephone boxes. Nice church sitting up on a little bit of a hill here, and then another little selling point. So it's pretty darn cool how we have all this stuff set up and ready to rock, ready to roll. Little playground for the kids. Super, super cool. Like I said, guys, this map was done kind of out of passion, kind of out of love. Oxygen and Steve's got together, became friends, and a friendship came into something of here. I want you to have this. Go ahead, make it your own, tweak it, do what you need to do with it, and this is what we get. I think it's a step in the right direction, especially when it comes with modding and the modding community, allowing people to get close, become friends, figure out what it is that needs to be done, helping each other out, rocking and rolling. Absolutely loving things that you have going forward. Guys, if you're liking what you're hearing, liking what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Hit the subscription. It really does mean a lot. Share this with somebody who's played on Thornton at any time throughout the last 4 or 5 renditions of the game, guys. I think this is pretty cool. Keep your eyes open out in the future. It should be coming out soon. Like I said, it was submitted to Giants. We'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully we see it soon. And until you see it soon and I see you guys, thanks for stopping by.